Welcome back to Trailer Trash Flips. My name is Mac, and I buy things to sell on eBay and try to make a profit. And surprisingly, I made a pretty decent profit over the last few days. But since Saturday, when I made this, two little changes to my eBay store, I had a total of 20 sales. And for a lot of people, that would be nothing, a drop in the bucket. But for me, that's pretty good considering how low my sales have been for the most part over the last couple months. Now, the dollar total, I don't think is going to be all that great, probably a couple $100 from what I can tell, and it might be a little more than that. But either way, for a part-time seller like myself, whose sales have been down, I'm pretty happy with the sales that I've gotten basically over a 48-hour period. Maybe a few more hours than that, maybe more, probably around a 54-hour period. But for the most part, 2 days. So I need to go pull the orders that I have first because I need to get those to the post office in the morning. And then I'll talk a little bit about the two fairly simple changes that I did. And look, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not groundbreaking. They're not anything super spectacular. But once I made these two small changes, within about 2 hours, the sales literally started rolling in. Okay, the first item is in bin F9, and it is some gel nail polish. And this sold for $12.71 plus shipping. In the H15 bin, I sold a CD, I think it's a CD, Dream Theater, and this sold for $5.21 plus shipping. In the H7 bin, I sold a Ninja cookbook. Ninja air fryer cookbook for beginners, and it sold for $11.96 plus shipping. In the M3 bin, I sold a 2-pack of mouth tape, and this sold for $8.21 plus shipping. In H11, I sold a 2-pack of Assertive Wellness digestive enzymes. There's one. And there's two. And these sold for $29.96 plus shipping. You'll have to excuse my mess here. I actually have been doing a good bit of listing, so my listing area is kind of crowded. And in the H6 bin, I sold a Lamborghini all burner or whatever it is, and it sold for $19.46 plus shipping. Also in H6, I sold a Memory Keepers envelope punch board, and this sold for $10.46 plus shipping. All right, back to the M3 bin, and I guess I should have paid attention because I had another sale for a 2-pack of the snoring tape, and again for $8.21 plus shipping. In the H5 bin, I sold two 2-packs of some skin tags and wart remover serum, and these sold for $28.42 plus shipping. And the buyer had sent me a message asking if I would combine shipping, so I'm going to refund them a little bit on the shipping for these. Okay, I sold 3 packs of the protein filter bags, and I know some of them are in H18. I don't know if they're all in here. I don't think they are. So I've got 2 packages of these in H18, and let's see, H11. Where's H11? Here's H11. Got one more pack in here, and that's because I bought these at different times. So these 3 packs sold for $44.88 with free shipping. In the M7 bin, I sold some berberine extract or something like that. Yeah, berberine extract, and these sold for $18.71 plus shipping. In the M1 bin, I sold some hidden area furniture feet, and I don't think they're in here. No, they are not in this bin. And you know it sucks because I try to do such a good job keeping my inventory straight, and then you come across something that you can't find. So I'm gonna have to look for those. So I will move on. Also back in the M1 bin again. I sold this. It's a locking ring lid for a pool or spa pump, and it's sold for $48.71 plus shipping. In the F4 bin, I sold some zinc, and I think it's just one bottle of zinc for $7.46 free shipping. Back to the M3 bin, $12.71 plus shipping. Okay, I was looking for those furniture legs in the M1 bin, I think it was. They're actually in E4. I don't know what happened. I just didn't look at the listing right. But I think these are them. And they sold for $8.21 plus shipping. Okay, I am down my haul right now. And all these things on these haul shelves, most of it is not listed. There's a little bit that's listed, but not very much. Oops. Originally, I planned on these shelves being my death pile stuff. As I brought it in, I could sit it on these shelves and list from here, but as things went, I continued to get more and more inventory, so my death pile pretty much outgrew these shelves. But anyway, I don't show these much because I don't pull much off of these shelves because most of it is not listed. And these are one of the Zap-It rackets. Let's see if I can get this down without knocking all this stuff up here down. All right, there we go. So this is a 2-pack of the electric fly swatter things, and it sold for $11.25 plus shipping. And in my eBay room, I sold an OT, what is this thing called? Just a test plug. This sold for $4.46 plus shipping. I also sold a replacement air filter for Blue Pure air purifier, and this sold for $14.96 plus shipping. And in the C bin, I sold a hula hoop, or I think it's actually called a fitness hoop, a weighted fitness hoop, and this sold for $7.46 plus shipping. And I am glad to have this out of here because I've had this thing for over a year. So this was that Lamborghini thing that I was talking about, in case you didn't know what it was. I remember my ex-wife used to burn these, or whatever you do with them. I guess you burn them. It's got a wick and stuff in it. This one looks like I think it's been used, but just barely. I can see some black stuff right there. But my ex-wife used to burn these or whatever, and I never did like them because there was a few scents that were okay, but most of them were really perfumey, and they would just like fill the house with like a cheap cologne smell. At least that's how I thought that they smelled. And it really didn't matter which one she burned, unless it was something like more of a tropical type thing, which those were okay. Most of them just had a cheap perfumey thing. But I picked this up at a thrift store. They had it marked for $5, and I offered them $3, and we settled on $4. It wasn't a Goodwill, it was actually a locally owned thrift store. And $4 was definitely the upper limit that I wanted to pay for it. But I went ahead and got it, and I got a few other things that day. But turning $4 into $20, I guess that's not too bad. I gotta say that it's pretty nice to have my packing area / temporary order staging area pretty full like this, because it really hasn't happened all that much lately. So let me get these packed up, and I'll give you the total of what my gross sales were. All right, here is the Moose. Moose, hey buddy. And here is my stack of orders. I ended up with 20 orders. And actually on the video, I was pulling the zinc supplements. I only pulled one. I actually had 2 orders for those and didn't realize it. So my total sales are $320.87, which I am very, very happy about. So what did I do differently? But the 2 things I did was I promoted all my listings at 5.5%. My listings have not been promoted for a while, and I turned those back on. And I ran a 25% off sale on my store. And you may be thinking, well, anybody can just discount their items and sell them. And that is true. And that's why I said earlier in the video, I don't have any type of groundbreaking information to tell you how to increase your sales. I'm simply telling you what worked for me. And for a little while now, I've been playing with having different percentages off in my store. I used to always do 10% off. I mean, as soon as I got an eBay store, I did 10% off. I usually am at 15% off, and I lately have done 20% off a couple times, and then I wanted to try the 25% off to see if it would increase the sales. The reason that I ran a 25% off sale in my store was I really wanted to see if running that high of a discount would initiate more sales. And while I do believe the promoted listings played a hand in it, I think probably the 25% off was the biggest factor. And like most people, I want to make as much profit per item as I can. But because I buy most of my inventory at such a low price, I'm still able to discount those items even 25% and still make a pretty healthy profit on those items. And I know other people can do that too, but most of the items that I sell are bin store items, and those were purchased at 50 cents, $1, maybe $2, and rarely more than that. Although I do have a few items that I paid $4 for or $6 for, but those are few and far between. So if I'm selling something for, let's say I have it listed for $20 and I have $1 into it. Well, if I discount that 25%, I'm still happy to make $15 on that sale. So buying at such a low price really helps me out. And you got to remember that I'm also selling lower priced items for the most part. You saw some of the items that I pulled earlier in the video, like the mouth tape for sleeping. I sold 2 of those for $8 and some change, but I only had 50 cents per pack in, and I bundled them up into a 2-pack. So I did have $1 into that. And making $8 and some change on a $1 investment is not exactly great money, but at least those things do add up, and they do keep sales going in my store. I am going to leave my promoted listings in place, and I'm going to leave the 25% off sale in for the remainder of the week and just kind of see what happens. And I don't know if this really is a real thing or not, but I do notice that it seems when I make a change, it does tend to increase sales, whether it's ending a sale, starting a sale, or, you know, doing the promoted, or even taking the promotions off. Every time that I do a change like that, it seems that I do get an increase in sales. So that may be a thing in and of itself. I don't know, but I'm still kind of playing with it, and I'm not going to constantly fool with my account. The most I'm going to do usually is put on a sale, take off a sale, run promoted items, or take off the promotions. But I don't do a whole lot of sales similars and stuff. I've tried that in the past, and I really never found that it worked all that well to increase my sales. So it is Tuesday, and I went to the bin store earlier. It was $1 day, and let me show you what I picked up. Okay, so here is my little haul from the bin store, and the best thing that I got today by far were these Kimtech respirators, and I've actually purchased these before. I did pay $1 per package today. The last time I bought them, I bought probably 50 bags of them for 50 cents each, and they sold really well. I think these, I had them listed for 20, maybe 25 or $26 per bag, and they sold out relatively quick. But I ended up getting 45 bags of them today, so those are a pretty good score. I've got a bag here and another bag back there. These are some furniture risers, a 4-pack of those. I guess they're probably 5 or 6 inch risers. I can probably make $10 on these. This is an attic antenna mount. Another thing I'm probably gonna make 10 or 12 bucks on. I picked up this little belt case with Velcro, and this is one of those things that I pick up for myself a lot, and I don't really need this, so I may end up selling it, or I may just hold on to that. I don't know yet. I also picked up some rubber, I guess like T-Rex or dinosaur claws. I quickly tried to search comps on these. I didn't find anything, but I didn't really look too hard either. So I'm pretty sure that I can get, I don't know, maybe $10 or $15 for these. I'm sure I'm going to get more than my $1 back out of it though. I bought a couple more packages of the mouth tape because they seem to have been selling decently now, although they're not a ton of profit. I picked up some pantry moth traps. and I can probably get $15 for these, I'm thinking. This is a compression, let me get it out the glare, a compression knee brace, and that's probably a $12 or $15 seller. I also got these vacuum bags, and it's 3 10-packs, and I might be able to get $20 to $25 for these, I'm thinking. I bought a couple packs of these child safety locks, and I'm going to lock these up together, so that'll give somebody who wants to childproof their home plenty of these to put on their cabinets. And I bought a few books. Now most of these books I sell for $8 to $12 a piece, just depending. This is the Fatty Liver Diet Cookbook. I've got this Teach Yourself to Play Accordion book, and I think the book was new, but the covers are in kind of rough shape. It does have a CD in it, but the book is just fine. It's functional. It just has a crease and stuff in it. That's probably going to be $12 or $15. Another acid reflux cookbook, and this one is also new, so probably $8 to $12. And I checked the comps on this book. I think I can probably get $25 to $35 for it, just depending. And let's see, Goodbye Autoimmune Disease. And I think, yeah, this book was new. It was actually in a bag, but the bag has something on it, so I took it off. That's probably going to be $12 or $15. And the Cure Back Pain book, I did comp this. I don't remember what it was at. It wasn't anything great, but I can probably get $15 for that. And the last item I bought were these organizers. I actually have some of these, believe it or not, in my Amazon cart, and it's just like for books, magazines. I actually wanted to try some of these to put my bubble mailers in, just to kind of keep them handy and somewhat organized. So I got 4 of these for $1. And that is my haul from the bin store today. So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel, because I really need some subscribers. It appears that YouTube is not doing a very good job of recommending my video. Hey, maybe the videos suck and I can go with that, but I'm not getting very many subscribers either, so I do think that is a potential issue. So if you would, please subscribe to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.